I'm out here in the new weight room with Coach Baumgartner. And Coach Baumgartner, what could you tell us about the new weight room?
Well, as you can see, the new weight room is remodeled. We have brand new equipment. All the old equipment has been removed. They're panning on all those new racks are from Stray Dog Strength, an innovative company in weight training. It's very exciting. Several years ago, there was a vision, and then these members of the Athletic Boosters, as you can see here on my board, really were determined, and for the last 3 years have been setting aside several $1,000s, many thousands of dollars to help move this project forward. So all the student athletes at Shawnee High School are going to be able to benefit from this.
Well, thank you. And we thank everyone on the list for helping us out.
This is pi followed by 2653589 circumference over diameter 79 then 323 OMG can't you see 8462643 and now we're on a spree 38 and 32 now we're blue oh who knew 7,950 and then a 2 88 and 41 so much fun now we're on 97169399351.
All right. Well, welcome. Today is Pi Day, so March 14th is labeled as Pi Day. I wonder if you ever wondered why that is. Well, because 314, March is the third month of the year, and we know that famous number pi, right? And students will say, if I say, what's pi? They'll go, oh, 3.14. Pi is really more than 3.14, but that's why it's on 314, because of thinking of 3.14. Well, Pi Day was started in March 14th of 1988, so really not that long ago. A physicist named Larry Shaw in San Francisco decided to do this at his, he had some kind of exploratorium, and he set up booths to help students learn about the number pi, and he thought it would be great to do it on 314 because of 3.14. And then in 2009, Congress designated Pi Day as a nationwide celebratory day. Well, let's think about what pi really is. Pi is involved whenever a circle is involved. So a lot of you may know these two famous equations. Area equals pi r squared. That's how you find the area of a circle. You take pi times radius squared. And to find the circumference of a circle, you take pi times diameter. Students know that, and then if I say, well, what's pi? They say 3.14. Well, let's really think about what pi really is. So if we take this second equation and we manipulate the equation and we solve for pi, so we divide both sides by d, we get pi equals c divided by d. That means pi is the circumference divided by the diameter. Now, nobody just one day said, oh, let's just make up this number pi and make it work in the formulas. What they did is they took several objects that are round. For instance, here's a Pringles can. And if you take a string and you wrap it around the Pringles can, what are you finding? You're finding circumference. So then if I measure that string, and I'm going to measure in centimeters because it's easier to measure in centimeters, it's about 23.6. Okay, 23.6 centimeters long. Then I take the diameter. Remember, the diameter goes across the center of the circle from one edge to the other edge. And I measure that, and I put it on here for centimeters. It's about 7.5 centimeters long. Well, if I take those two numbers, 23.6 divided by 7.5, I get 3.14, so on and so forth. This is an estimate because there's a little human error involved with measuring. Now, if you do that for multiple objects and keep doing that every time you take that circumference and then you divide by the diameter, no matter what circular object you have, you're always going to get the same number. What number are you going to get? Approximately 3.1415927 pi. And we can keep carrying it out to multiple digits. Pi never ends because it's an irrational number. So I hope you learned a little bit about Pi Day today.
This is Mr. Warrington with your Pi Day facts. Pi is a number that's irrational. That means it never ends. Actually been calculated out to 202 trillion digits, which can you imagine how many numbers that is. It's the name pi comes from the Greek letter pi, and it is the ratio. I had to look this up because I remember this, but I had to look this up. It's the ratio of the diameter of a circle compared to its circumference. So it's always 3.14, no matter if the circle's this big or a mile wide. It's three diameters, 3.14, 159, and how many other digits as you go around the circumference. So Pi Day is 3.14, May 14th. So another thing that's happening on Pi Day, nothing to do with pi, there'll be a lunar eclipse early in the morning on Pi Day, so like 2:30 in the morning. So go out and see that lunar eclipse, something you can't see every day. So there's your Pi Day fun facts.
Hi, this is Miss Collins with your History of Pi Day fact. Obviously, Pi Day 3.14. They picked the third month and the 14th day, 3.14, and it's supposed to celebrate the irrational. So I guess don't be irrational that day, but it's supposed to celebrate the irrational and to try to make math more fun. It was actually started, Pi Day, in 1988 by a physicist named Larry Shaw in San Francisco to try to make math more fun and relatable. So that's your history of Pi Day. So enjoy March 14th and eat some pie that day.
Keegan, who am I here with today?
Brian Cox. I am Keegan Matthew Quinton.
Well, Keegan Matthew Quinn, do you know the Muffin Man?
I know the Muffin Man. You want to know what the Muffin Man said? He said you have to be able to accept failure to get better.
Appreciate it.
Everybody, and I'm here with today.
Mrs. Radel.
And Miss Radel, you've been here for a couple seasons. How you liking it so far?
I'm enjoying it. I like the classes I teach and the kids are awesome.
Any plans for the future? Maybe a trade, or maybe request a trade, or what?
Treating this like it's football. I'm a go with the flow person.
With the flow.
I'll deal with it whenever it gets there.
Any big plans for the future? Vacations, aspirations, or dreams?
Keep teaching, make money, get my own house, travel.
Feel that.
Yeah.
Big paper chaser.
Good morning, Shawnee.
Today is Thursday, March 13th, and this is Adrian and
Braylon
coming to you with your advisory announcements.
We come bearing great news for all students.
Tomorrow, due to Teacher and Service Day, you will have a day off for school, so enjoy the beautiful weather and rest up for the next week.
Attention seniors.
Jostens will be in the lobby during lunch and advisory on Monday, March 17th to distribute caps, gowns, and other graduation items that have already been ordered.
If you haven't ordered your cap and gown, you can go to thejostens.com or call 937-280-4350.
Please stop by to see the Jostens representatives on Monday if you have any questions.
Also, there will be a senior meeting on Wednesday, March 19th at 1:30 p.m. in the South Gym.
This is a mandatory meeting for all seniors.
Important info, dates, and deadlines for the end of the year will be discussed.
And seniors must have all school fees paid by April 14th. Thank you.
And blood drive news.
Students who are 16 and older are encouraged to sign up for the March 18th blood drive, which happens to be the last one of the year.
Please scan the QR code found on the flyers hanging around the building and see Mrs. Himes for enrollment info.
Shawnee students have represented us well during past blood drives, and we hope that you can help again because all donations can literally save a life.
If you already signed up or are planning to, the school nurse has several suggestions to help you prepare.
1. You need to make sure that you eat a well-balanced, nutritious food this weekend.
Have a dinner Monday evening and eat a good breakfast and lunch on Tuesday.
3. Drink plenty of water on Monday and Tuesday before and after you give blood because good nutrition and hydration will help the process go much more smoothly.
And prom news. Guest forms are available in the office. You need to have all guest forms turned in by Wednesday, April 2nd.
Tickets will go on sale Monday, March 17th at 5 p.m. Remember, your code to purchase your ticket is your lunch number.
If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Farrell in the office because Miss Mitch has nothing to do with the tickets.
Ticket sale end on Thursday, April 3rd.
Prom will be held at the Springfield House, Saturday, April 5th from 7 to 10 p.m. If you have any questions about the dance, please ask Miss Mitch.
And student birthdays for today, tomorrow, and over the weekend, we celebrate
Grace Hay,
Ben Thayer,
Cameron Pierce,
and Addison Hall. Happy birthday to all of you.
And in famous birthdays, today we celebrate NFL player and Cincinnati Bengal Dan Wilkinson.
Emily Hirsch.
And musician Ozuna.
And sport news and action.
On Friday, girls JV softball is away in a scrimmage versus Carlisle starting at noon.
Good luck and go Braves.
Today in history, in 1877, Chester Greenwood patents earmuffs after inventing them at age 15.
Your fortune of the day is you are the master of every situation.
And for your weather forecast today is sunny with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 45.
And for Fun and Wacker Holiday, today is Gemstone Day.
Now we ask you to please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and keep it classy, Sean.